Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. So you got several drawer fronts to put in, and whether it's on the job site or around the home or the shop, it can be really finicky. Fortunately, there's a great little tool, a little aid that Rockler has put out. Let me show you how this works and why you may want to add it to your toolbox. Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. Dirt Farmer Maggie and I recently were working on building this roll-around cabinet that's going to go under a drill press to recover that space under it. As you can see, it's got parts drawers, and then up here, this is where all the different bits are going to go. But we're now installing the drawer fronts, and as you can see, we have already positioned this drawer front where we want it, put a nice little pull on it, and again, organizers will go in this, and that'll be all the drill tools and everything go with our drill press. But it's time to put on the second drawer, and we're going to demonstrate using these Rockler drawer front clamps. Now, these really help you to have an extra set of hands, so to speak, so that you can actually clamp the front in place and position it and then drive screws from the back. Now, a couple things you need to know. Right off, what we've done is we have the drawer front ready to go. We've pre-drilled where the drawer pull is going to go. And just so we don't screw ourselves up, we said which drawer front it was and what is the top. We don't want it going negative like this, upside down, drawer pulls in the wrong position. It's not symmetrical with the others. So this is the way this is going to go. The first measurement we need on here, though, is how far the drawer is up above the edge. So to get that the same here, we've just taken a little combination square, set it to that right depth, and we're going to strike a mark on this that'll allow us to line it with the top edge while we apply the clamps. Notice on these clamps are marked L and R for left and right. So the first thing we're going to do is just place this on the left side of the drawer like this, and position this roughly to the thickness where we think it's going to be, and we're going to go ahead and clamp that on. So we're going to go over here, same thing on this side, move that forward, clamp that, back this off, and if you want to do side-to-side measurements, you can use these indexers right here. This is extremely handy when you're doing a column of drawers, like you see in our tool cabinets, our workbench area over here. To get the reveal correct up vertically, having these stops on both sides, as long as the drawer fronts are the same side-to-side measurement, you get a beautiful reveal. Now we've got this ready to go. We have our reference mark on the top. We're going to slide this in, and what we found right off is that these are in the way. So I'm going to back that off just a little bit. We'll lower this in through here like that, and just line up the back using the pencil mark. And I'm not going to snug it down all the way. I'm just kind of getting it enough that it'll hold it from one end, and that allows me to lower the other end at that pencil mark. And now I've got the drawer front in position along the top. We'll check it with our depth gauge, see if we're okay. Looks like we're a little high there. There we go. Now we're good. Over here we need to come down a little bit too. We'll check over here as well. Now, we've got that, but what we don't have is the side to side. So, again, because this is not tightened all the way, I can simply say, how far do I want it to come over? I want to move it about that far. So I'm just going to give me something to land against. And I'm going to push over like that. Retighten. Check my reveal over on this side here. And on the front there. Siding along, and everything looks good. Now we're going to do one final check on the height. There we go. All right, I'm going to clamp it. Now, when I clamp this, notice this is really more like a homeowner, hobby shop It's not a heavy-duty commercial tool, and that's borne out by the fact this is stamped steel. And when I go ahead and tighten this down, watch this deflect. See there? It starts to spread open. So that means that this tool will hold for moderate-sized drawer fronts. But if they get very large, like with the large drawer fronts on the bottom banks of our tool cabinets, this struggled with holding them in place. We had to do some auxiliary clamping. But for the majority of settings, this works very well. And for what you pay for these, we have a link down below where you can get them in the price point. You can see whether or not the investment is worthwhile to you. All right, so now that we've got this set up here, we'll go ahead and use our countersink in the back, drill some pilot holes, and drive this on home. Now, another trick I do right here is I go ahead and remove the clamps, and I double check the position of the drawer before I drive the second screws home. If there is a mistake on my part, I maladjusted, I've got a second chance to get it. Well, this looks beautiful. So no problem there. That looks great. All right, well, let's go ahead and install the handle to make it easier to work with. So have a really nice operational handle. Let's finish up with the other screws. All right, we got a beautiful job. It's a lot easier than trying to call somebody else to help it, and a lot of nudge and push and all that. And being so finicky really makes it a lot easier. Here's another thing you may want to learn how to do, and that is how to make these great drawer boxes using the quarter, 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 or half, half, half method. We'll walk you right through it of how you do this using a single setup on your table saw. You'll never approach making drawer boxes the same way again. And while you're at it, check out this other video that YouTube has chosen from our film catalog that they think is interesting for you, and we'd like it if you'd watch it too. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer J from DirtFarmerJ.com.